G'day folks, Wayne from Land and Bay Fishing. Welcome back to the channel. Going to have a quick look at what's available in the way of beach fishing, beach driving and camping just north of Brisbane. So I live at Redcliffe, which is just north of Brisbane, right on the fringe. An hour and 10 minutes from my house, I get on a barge and I come to one of the most beautiful places in the world. We're camping at Teewah Beach. We're currently at Rainbow Beach and I'm going to talk about the area from Rainbow Beach all the way back to the barge. You can see here, that's the leisure track. That takes you through to Double Island Point and Teewah Beach. Teewah Beach runs all the way down to the barge, and then the next one down is Freshwater Track, and there's a freshwater campground at that track. From there, as you go further down, you'll run into Teewah Beach camping, and that campground is about 15 kilometres long, so plenty of room for a lot of people. That's where we're camping. As you move past that, you go past the Teewah Township, and then down to the third cutting where you leave the beach and go back to the barge. They're the things we're going to talk about. So firstly, Rainbow Beach. Absolutely fantastic place if you're a surfie. Used to be sensational fishing and it still is okay fishing. You will catch fish here, but it's not my first choice. And the reason it's not my first choice is because it's so beautiful. It's so popular. The surfies come here to surf up there. The families come here to have picnics and go swimming. You've got lagoon type waterways. It is just superb. So that's Rainbow Beach. Let's move on to Double Island Point and we'll have a look at that. Double Island Point. One of the places, if you come to Teewah, you cannot avoid. You have to come up here and see it. Absolutely beautiful walking track up to a lighthouse. You've got a lovely rock wall point. So here you can either fish, you can surf, you can cut across a leisure track to Rainbow, all within Kui. Beautiful place if you've got a drone to come and fly a drone. And I'll show you a little bit of drone footage in this cut. The surf here is tremendous, the fishing here is tremendous. It doesn't matter that it's busy with surf, you'll still catch fish here. Very dangerous place to fish though. You've got to watch out for the waves. There can be some freak waves here. So make sure you use caution if you're climbing around rocks fishing, but great beach fishing. When the tail are on, they come on thick up here. When the tail aren't on, you'll always catch whiting and dart. So Double Island Point, make sure you put it on your list to visit. Doing a bit of a drive through the service bay here. You can see place to store your rubbish, put your rubbish, place to get water, place to have a bit of a wash, and also a place to empty your portaloo. We're currently in the picnic ground at Freshwater Track or Freshwater Road. This is a bit of a map here. We'll put that up on the screen now. Freshwater is a track that takes you from Rainbow Beach right through the middle of Cooloola National Park to Teewah Beach. Before you get to the beach, you'll get to the freshwater campground. That campground, really top campground. It's also got toilets and showers there that you pay $2 coin to use. That's where I stay most of the time. At the moment, because of the COVID thing, that's closed and I'm staying down at Teewah with everybody else. This here, as we have a look around, is the park area. Lots of picnic tables, a few barbecues, great place, bring the family for a picnic. So just going through the cuttings, these cuttings in the winter time, especially with all the westerlies, are very, very easy. You do not have to go fast. Let your tyres down to around 18, 20. Nice and slowly through here in second gear. Four-wheel drive high, and you're through, no troubles at all. This is the bins. Bloody awesome place when you're camping just down the road. Every couple of days you can bring your rubbish up here, get rid of it. In the bins here, just make sure you close the lids and go back to camp. So right along the beach, what I'm looking for when I'm chasing dart and whiting and tailor at the gutters, I'll show you a little bit of footage how I recognise the gutter. Basically what I'm looking for in a gutter is a nice deep hole close enough to be able to cast into, with a sandbank at the back and a sandbank at the front and the hole in the middle. That hole in the middle is pointless unless there's an entry or an exit or both. If you've got a way for the water to come in and a way for the water to go out, you've also got structure. So you've got movement in the sand on the ledges either side of the ins and outs, plus you've got movement of the sand with the waves crashing on the banks either side of that hole. So you've got opportunity there for a lot of bait, all the pippies, the worms, the little bits and pieces to get mushed around, swelled up out of the sand, and there's food for fish. That's what attracts the fish into those gutters. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for gutters. Now, if I stop at a gutter and I have no joy, in the first, say, 5 minutes, I'll move on to the next gutter. There's plenty of gutters on the way up the beach, as you'll see as you drive along. You just find the one that's actually working and fish that gutter. Eventually you'll find a gutter that you'll pull 1 or 2 fish out of. You stay there until you exhaust that gutter and then move on to the next. When the wind's blowing, and it's blowing a southeast, and it does that most of the year here, southeast is a really common breeze to get. Well, that southeast is what you want for the whiting and for the sand to be churned up. Through the wintertime, when you get the constant westerlies really flatten it out, really calm it out. With that, there's not a lot of chop and churn in the sand. There's not a lot of bait stirred up for the fish to be attracted into the close gutters. So much better fishing with a bit of breeze in your face, especially after a breeze. You get a really strong southeasterly for 3 or 4 days and you get a nice calm day after it. Go that calm day after it and you'll find there's more opportunity then to find the gutters and the fish, because all the bait's been swirled up for the last 3 days and the fish have had opportunity to get in there. In relation to bait, you don't need to bring much bait up. If you want to catch tailor up here or big flathead, you'll bring up your pillies, but outside that you'll get pippies all the way up along the beach, and we'll show you a little bit about how we get the pippies. You'll also get lots and lots of beach worms, particularly up Double Island Point Way. If you're a little bit more adventurous than pippies, you can go for the beach worms. All you need is a stink bag, so your old fish frames, a few pillies in a bag, wrap it around your ankle and look for those worms popping their head up. Bit of an art form to catch that. Have a look at some of the other videos that I've got on here. I've got one there that shows you how to catch the beach worms. I'll link that in now if I can, or at the end of the video if it's not right below me now. It'll be at the end of the video, so have a look for that video, how to catch beach worms. Beach worms, absolute premium bait up here for dart, whiting, tarwine, and you'll even catch flathead and the odd tailor. So if you can get your hands around some beach worms, make sure you give that a shot. The gear we use up here, there's 2 of us fishing, so we've got 2 big rods each and 2 whiting rods. The big rods are basically 7 wrap rods or the equivalent, with 6,000 type reels. This one's the Okuma Makara and this one's the Okuma Distance Surf. 30-pound braid on both, and I just put wind-on leaders to suit whatever you're fishing for, and traces. Then you can go from anywhere from an 8-pound trace if you want to fish for whiting. You won't feel much of a whiting on a 7-wrap rod, but you can fish for whiting. Just put the right trace on, right through to these are tailor rods. The other 2 rods have an LV reel and 4-wrap rods. They're both whiting rods. Basically, one's a 4-wrap and one's a 5-wrap. The 5-wrap, that's an everything rod. You'll catch tailor on that as well as whiting and tarwine and brim and flatty. But at the moment, the main thing up here is dart. Very underrated fish, excellent fish to eat, and very easy to catch. They go hard. So the beach is 51 kilometres long. As you're driving south on the beach, you'll find on the right-hand side as you're driving south a big sign that says third cutting. That third cutting is a very easy cutting to take. Drive up that cutting, providing obviously 4-wheel drive and low pressure. So once you're off the cutting, the next stop's the barge. $8 fare, cross the barge, and you're back at Teewah. Well folks, that brings us to the end of another video. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.